Welcome to the qualifying races for the American 700. This is probably one of the most stressful parts of the race weekend, is trying to qualify for the race. We have 84 cars here, and, well, 42 of them will make it, so we're going to cut half the field down here. So in your two qualifying races, they must finish in the top 21 to make it. And no one is locked in. So if a championship contender does not make this, they have lost any chance of gaining 50 valuable points coming out of the American 700 if you were to win it. 50 points are on the line here. And since the leaders only have 79 points, both Myatt and Fabrosis are the points leaders, obviously, are tied at 79, 50 points could go a long way, especially if you've got something like 20 points or 30 points. You could actually possibly get the point lead just generally here. The way qualifying works is top 21 will move on into the race where they will re-qualify, and that will be your starting order. There are some cars that are rather off the pace, and some drivers who really, well, I don't know if they're qualified to be here since ARCSOA relaxes the rules on getting a license. However, in practice, we saw that there were some cars that were as many as 6 seconds off the pace. Let's go down to the key races. Jake Baskinger leads on the start. He was fastest in practice. Here we go. That's Tuomas Saarinen on the outside, one of the one-off drivers, a Finnish rally driver who is looking into the Elite Series. Got a much better start than Baskinger. However, Baskinger in the sole Ferrari in this qualifying race is going to pull away on the inside there as this field of 42 gets off to a pretty good start. We're hoping that it will be a clean start. No issues this time. And we are still going good here. We got Carpenter, and there's Bolt. Oh boy, it looked like that's Skyla Johnson in the Shell 99 car hit the bump down there. Don't want to do that too many times. And oh, there's some close racing there with Galligan, Dutta, and Johnson. Be very careful and wary about doing that because you can wreck your car quite easily here. Oh, looks like that Dairy Queen car, that's I don't know who's in Dairy Queen. That's Jordan Newman. Tried making it 4 wide there, but Saarinen took the lead away from Baskinger. So Tuomas Saarinen doing a fantastic job in his first ever ARCSOA Elite Series race. Back here, we're going to have some very slow cars. We've got cars like Nick Perkley's in the 187 car. Vladimir Petrov. Oh, he must have gotten held up in traffic. Petrov did, because we've known those Mitsubishis were fast in practice. Skavnicki in the Vizsla. Dishwasher in the racing team car. Kane Kajek in the China Dragon. Daniel Voiles in one of the Carry front row racing team cars. That is Bishop Billy Buckeye Breton back here as well, and that's Talon Rogers in the quite clearly one of the old American Oval Invitational cars with a bunch of sexual references and Walmart logos plastered all over it. That car was the car I was mentioning before that was clocked going 7 seconds off the pace in practice. Sean Galligan would actually cycle his way up into P2, as Baskinger is, well, I think Baskinger realizes he doesn't need to win the qualifying race, he just needs to get in the top 21, and he's doing a nice job of that, as Tuomas Saarinen, it's either Tuomas or Tuomas Saarinen, is doing a fantastic job in that 20 car. A lot faster than we thought that car would be, but Saarinen is doing a fantastic job with it. Final points, or the final transfer spot is being held by Clay Rogers. That's William Duncan on the outside looking in. Spyro Simonetta in the Air Asia car. Nathan McCain in the Spam car is out. Bob Jones is out. Actually, both Mitsubishis are out right now. We expected the Mitsubishi team, who Mitsubishi is looking at a full-time run next year with the team, is we expected them further up the grid than that, and right now we're not seeing that. DJ Curtis is on the outside looking in. Last year's winner of the American 700 is on the outside looking in, as we see Will Lewis Steinmetz, Pushanda. Oh, Pushanda's won this race many times. Or not won it many times, or has looked good many times and was the inaugural winner here at Fontana. Is also on the outside looking in. Why are we going that way? We got Zach Rogers, Cameron Gaddu, and we've got some typical back markers. Baskinger would retake the lead on lap 8 here as Tuomas Saarinen is doing a fantastic job on debut. Seems like every American 700 we get, there always seems to be that one-off driver who looks very good on debut. And I think Tuomas Saarinen could be that guy this year, as he did get the bumps. He's going to fall back to maybe 5th, as that's Joshua Michaels in 5th. Expect these ARCSOA Americas to look good. Jessica Shelton was one of the fastest cars in practice until the track conditions changed and started, she didn't go back out, so she's in the second session. But Jessica Shelton was damn fast on the track in practice, so that's one driver that you are going to watch, as well as Joshua Michaels. Both the ARCSOA America cars have received upgrades coming into this race. Problems for Philip Watson. He was in 28th position in the 97 Faxton car. And Greg Faxton Racing Team won't be happy with that. He has a right side tire going down, so Philip Watson has to pit. Perennial one-off driver Ivan Brazenkov. You've heard of him before if you've watched this series. Brazenkov practically attempts every race, and oh boy, that's Michaels getting up really close to Brazenkov. Nearly, I think there was some contact being made there, but Ivan Brazenkov is going to fall back a bit, and he's still safely in the race at this stage. But Ivan Brazenkov, with a very hard-stopping moment there, nearly got into the wall. Tuomas Saarinen's going to take the lead. No, maybe not. Baskinger's fighting back hard on the outside line, and will retake, or to hold off the challenge by Tuomas Saarinen. You get $50,000 for winning this race, so I think that's what some of these one-off teams like Saarinen are going to want to do, because if Saarinen wants to make this a career choice by switching over to the ARCSOA Elite Series, he has a very substantial chance of doing that, because Saarinen is proving he knows what he's doing on an oval, which I don't think he's ever been on before. Like I said, he's a Finnish rally driver. Philip Watson, who is a lap down in last place, is actually reeling in the pack here of all these slow cars. Is it bad that the China Dragon is not the slowest car on track? Never mind. That's the last row cars, or the front row cars rather, not last row. That's the team that looks like it's run by a 14-year-old. Dishwasher in the racing team car, not doing well. And look at Watson. Wow, what a move by Watson. And then that's Billy Bishop, or that's Bishop Billy Breton, Buckeye Breton, dude. Nearly going on the outside there. So, Bishop Billy Buckeye Breton is doing a, well, not very good in that 78 car. That team, they've got another team car in Q2, and needless to say, they were about 5 or 6 seconds off the pace in practice. Another driver that's doing a fantastic job is Skyla Johnson in the 99 car. Skyla Johnson is doing a awesome job in that car. Nice to see Skyla Johnson doing well in one of the one-off cars. I think there also is a team car in the Q2 race as well. That is the Maddox cars. Or Maddox cars, not Maddox, but Maddox cars. And that is good to see, as the leaders are coming up to the lap traffic of that's Bishop Billy Buckeye Breton. Of course, the Roman Catholic Bishop, who's racing this race. And it looks like, oh boy, there's Galligan, of course, is going to be the aggressive one and go to the inside. And leads Tuomas Saarinen in there as well. Alex Allen trying every which way, as it looks like Baskinger's being held up by the racing team car. Galligan's being held up by the 14-year-old Express. Looks like, yeah, I don't like this pack very much. I'm going to be honest. And Baskinger's shoving along Daniel Voiles there in the front row car. And oh boy, that pack looks like a mess waiting to happen. Especially since there's a China Dragon in there. Skyla Johnson's diving to the middle line, and there's... Actually, I think we're going to get the top 21 maybe in this pack, maybe. No, maybe not, because 21 is Clay Rogers. But very interesting racing right here, and we don't want to kind of see this, because this could be a pretty big caution coming up if there's a... This would be a big wreck if somebody were to make a mistake in this pack, trying to get by these slow cars. This is something that a lot of people were kind of worried about with having all these cars that are 7-8 seconds off the pace in this qualifying race. But that's why we eliminate down the field, is we don't want these cars in the final race. Coming through this pack, it looks somehow like Tuomas Saarinen got the lead out of it, as Alex Allen and Ivan Brazenkov is up into third, with Baskinger trying to get fourth away from Jordan Newman. Philip Watson, now that he's actually in the lead pack, I don't think he'll qualify, but he actually looks pretty competent out there. Which is sad, but Philip Watson, I think, is doing a nicer job there. Here are the two Durban Sport cars. Neither of these are the prototypes, like Durban and Jeffrey Finn guy in. The prototype Jackal is in the other qualifying race, which that thing I believe is the second fastest car on the grid, or on practice, and I believe the Lycos manager, who is Charlie Smith, who is driving that car, is one of the lead designers on the Jackal, said he didn't even get the full power out of it. So that 82 car, or I think it's 83, I'm sorry, the 83 car in Q2 will probably be one of the fastest. You've also got people like Nick Mason, Noah Hart in that other race. Nick Pericles, who's been the fastest out of the slow monsters, would be split into the middle, and he was also with the Jonathan Skavnicki 08 car, one of his former teammates' car. Well, Skavnicki wasn't his teammate, but that was other car. Oh, looks like we're already starting to see pit stops. They are going to have to make a pit stop in these qualifying races, and I think they were hoping for a caution, which, well, didn't happen. And it will okay, it looks like Tuomas Saarinen's pitting, and pretty much everyone's pitting. And, yep. There's Tanya Jackwater in one of Oricom's army of 4 cars here. I believe all the other 4-car teams, with the exception of the Cody Lamas CBM car, who I think the other 3 CBMs, if I'm not mistaken, are in the other race. So Lamas is by himself there. There's Charles Samper, he's currently in, along with his good friend Tuomas Saarinen. And a few of these lab cars are coming out now. Kushanda, Rogers, and Steinmetz. I don't think they'll be making this race in this race. There's Cameron Gaddu, who's ready to be lapped. Tuomas Saarinen's going to be the first out of pit road. Oh, something's wrong with Baskinger's car! And now, oh, he had a slow pit stop. He's back with Tanya Jackwater. He did beat out the racing team car of Dishwasher. And that's Kazuki Takamoto. I think it's Kazuki Takamoto. I don't know his first name, but it is Takamoto. Voiles stayed out, so it's going to be interesting on who Voiles passes and holds up. Looks like not many. As Kazuki Takamoto in the prototype Subaru. The prototype Subarus are kind of like Team Thunder offshoot teams. If these cars do well, expect these upgrades on these cars to filter down to the Thunder cars, their full-time cars, to maybe get points, because I don't think Subaru's too happy with their performance, the Subaru's performance this season, so these cars have some rather radical updates to them. I apologize, because of the pit stop cycle, the 2 Lycos cars and Tyler Thaber in the Hyundai actually are in the lead in this race by quite a large margin, believe it or not, because DJ Curtis, Jordan Newman, they also pitted at a different points thing. And now, we'll see where everyone else is. That's Baskinger. Oh, Baskinger. Oh, I'm thinking Baskinger's got a big problem now. He's only going 177 around this track. Yeah, I don't think Jake Baskinger's going to make this race now. I think the Ferrari just gave up on him. One of the best cars all race, all qualifying race, I think is breaking down right as we speak. I apologize once again. We didn't notice their Tuomas, Saarinen, and Brazenkopf were, so they are the leaders. Alex Allen's in third, then Sabers in fourth, with Finguy fifth and on his way back. We're going to see if Baskinger's going to pit. Maybe he'll try and ride it out, maybe? I think he is going to try and ride it out, but he's only going 174 out there. Yeah, he's got some serious problems with that car. I mean, that's that car that was 7 seconds off the pace, passing him. Off of Baskinger's pace, and he's now slower than him. There's some serious problems with that car, and it's kind of a danger it being out there. So Jake Baskinger, well, we know he's leaving Ferrari at the end of the year because he's tired of these reliability problems. I mean, he seriously had a chance to win this American 700 if Ferrari could build a car that would keep it together the entire race. He would actually hold up Alex Allen and Saber and Finguy, as here comes the majority of the field. Baskinger is trying to get out of the way. Kind of held up Jordan Newman there. Skylar Johnson would end up having to jump on the brakes as well, or jump off the throttle as well. As we're going back to the order, I don't see anybody that's too slow. The final transfer car will be Stephen Pollard, the third in the 6 Hyundai, or Mitsubishi, I'm sorry. Actually, now it's Will Lewis. And the first car out is Spyro Simonetta, led by Vladimir Petrov, Clay Rogers. Excuse me. And there's Duncan, and then these guys kind of got held up in the pack here. So I don't think the Subaru will make it either. Neither will Nathan McCain, who could be in one of the Discover Ohios next year, because he is an ARCSOA Lights champion. I don't think he'll make it unless if they get a caution, and it would have to be right about now. Now it's a two-car race between two one-off drivers, Tuomas Saarinen in the 20 and Ivan Brazenkopf in the 4. Like I said, Brazenkopf's done this for a while. He just does these one-off races, never tries to go for full-time racing. So Ivan Brazenkopf doing a fantastic job out here. They're next coming up to Bishop Billy Buckeye Breton, and with only two cars, that should be a pretty easy maneuver. Tuomas Saarinen is going to go to the high line to get by Buckeye Breton, and passes him with ease, both of them do. Oh boy, we got a caution out. That is Jordan Davis, by the way. It says DJ Curtis. I'm not exactly sure why, and I thought I saw the racing team car get spun. We'll have to see what happened. Where is Dishwasher? Yes, he did get spun. Chris is breaking down on track. He's going to go into the grass. I think he's going to get dirt in his windshield, not be able to see where he's going. Drives into the pit wall, slides back up the track, and I think one of the Durbin Sports had to hit the wall to avoid. Yes, that's Ike Durbin back there, because Finguy made it through. I'm not sure why they put DJ Curtis in the 8th car. That is Jordan Davis. But Jordan Davis is doing a nice job as well. In the last lap with Charles Sanford braking, or having something wrong. No, he had a tire going down and was worried about the fender. I'm not sure why you pit in that situation. However, it still put him in 19th, I believe. I don't think that's going to work out well, but we'll see. So Saarinen's in, Brazenkopf's in, Curtis is in, Finguy's in. I'm sorry, that's Jordan Davis. I read that wrong again. Saber's in, Dutta's in, Allen's in, Carpenter's in, Johnson's in, Durbin's in, Galligan's in, Michaels is in, Lamas is in, Jackwater's in, Allen is in, Takamoto's in, Pollard's in, Curtis is in, Lewis is in, and maybe Simonetta's in, depending on where it slots the 24. So Sanford may be in, but I think they're going to put Simonetta in because of it. Let's see. I think Simonetta will go in. I'm pretty sure in the 233. Yes, Simonetta is the last car in. So Clay Rogers is out. Petrov's out. Duncan's out. McCain is out. Steinmetz is out. Bob Jones is out, Rogers is out, Fitzwater's out, Voiles is out, Kajchek is out, Cavagnaro's out, Puchanda's out, Washer's out, Samper's out, and then pretty much all the slow cars. And that also means Baskinger's out as well. So anyway, that's the first race, won by Tuomas Saarinen. Let's go down to the second qualifying races. We'll show you the final order. Charlie Smith would lead on the green flag there. On his outside, you're seeing a Nick Mace, and behind him, you're seeing Allie Nelson in the Audi. Top four in this session were all one-off drivers, as there's Noah Hart. Legend Noah Hart is here with Nick Mace in this qualifying session. We also have Kenny Myatt in this session, so it looks like this is a qualifying session of the Legends. It was also said to be, when they saw the way that the qualifying races were sorted out, everyone said this session would have the better drivers, and that's kind of been the case so far. Hopefully that is the case, as we are now seeing Noah Hart in that Golden Corral car. He's going for second. If he gets a top 10 in the American 700, I'm not sure about the qualifying race, but if he gets a top 10 in the American 700, kids will eat free at Golden Corral, so there's probably a lot of young children out there that want Noah Hart to do well, and a lot of parents for that matter, because their kids will eat free at Golden Corral if he gets a top 10. So go Noah, make some of those hungry kids happy. Here are the first of, oh no, I forget about Washer, but there are the two Discover Ohios who have had a fantastic qualifying run. I think both these two want to just get through this safely, and we've got a caution out. What happened in the back? Oh, looks like Dylan Young and Sam Young. I'm not sure if they're related or not, but the Do It For Dale car, I think, got into the wall with Dylan Young. There's Brandon Twist in the Malaysian Airlines 370 car. That car doesn't look very good, and kind of a bad number choice to have a Malaysian Airlines car numbered 370, but whatever. Yeah, we'll see what happened with the Youngs. Oh, Sam Young had a lack of spatial awareness here. Right up into him. And both Sam and Dylan Young would be, whoops, that's DeLeo, would have some damage. Well, no one went out under that caution, but it's time to go back green racing here. It's Charlie Smith. Noah leads Noah Hart and a few others. Nick Mace actually pitted in the 480. Well, it's technically a 48 car, but one of two 48 cars, but on the entry list, they had the number at 480. Nick Mace is back with some of these slow cars, and that's Charlie Fabros is back there as well. They took a pit stop. You're going to need to pit in this, but I think they're banking on the rest of the race going green. Well, Myatt and I think a few others are a little bit more realistic about this race. Even though there was only one caution in the last qualifying race, I think they're being a little bit more realistic by saying, okay, there's going to be another caution, let's stay out and keep in this one. So this could be a very interesting session, or qualifying race indeed, if it does go green the rest of the way. However, right now, we did get word that if Noah Hart finishes top 10 in the qualifying race, kids will eat free at Golden Corral tomorrow. So, at this state, kids eat free! Kids eat free! However, cautions tend to breed cautions, as Eamon Staples had no idea Chris Louviere was there. Hits the wall, and I believe that was James Tyson in the Carolina car. No, that's one of the Horizon cars, I'm sorry. Would also get some damage, and it would have a tire going down. So James Tyson has some pretty serious damage on that car. There's Henrietta Fitzwaters are coming back to the line in the totally not to last year's Red Bull car. I think somebody just bought one of the old Red Bull Lexuses from last year and decided to just take off all the Red Bull logos. And then we have the 116. More cars pitted, practically everyone except for Bolden here and Angel, and I'm really scared about Bolden starting up here. Bolden was one of those cars that were roughly about 5 seconds off the pace all weekend, and he's in the lead. It's a nice strategy called by the Pod Racing team, who owns the 09 and the other car that's in this. I believe it's like 184 or something, 284. Yeah, 284. Oh god, he's starting ninth with a Lola. Oh god, look at this top group. The only ones I think this benefits is Fabrosis, who pit already. Angel, well, he's banking on a long shot for another caution. And Matt Duncan, who I believe also pitted as well. This really helps them out. Some of the cars that were up front, like Myatt and some of them, are further down the order. We got Allie Nelson down here, a few others. But let's see what Bolden can do up here. I don't even know his first name. That's how much I cared. I thought he was going to make this race, but oh yeah, he's slow. The entire line of cars is going to the inside, with the exception of Fabrosis. Fabrosis is one guy who should know better. And yeah, this should be fun. Bolden is that slow. There's Sam Young, there's Jessica Shelton. Oh yeah, this should be good. The 50 car, I don't even know who's in the 50. That is Brendan Berg, actually. Kind of an up-and-coming driver through the short track ranks. Good to see him doing something. Oh man, 4 wide. You know, one could say cautions breed cautions a lot, and we were all saying that this was going to be the cleaner of the two. The first one was pretty clean, so we had high hopes for this one, but this one has not been the case. This one's been far more interesting to watch, as there's the Meow Mix J Stella car. And behind that we've got, oh, pardon my probably butchering of this name, but is it Mark Aplicapakal? Aplicapal, my producer is saying. So, Mark Aplicapal in the, Subaru. Try saying that name 3 times fast. Is doing a fantastic job. Well, he's not in the points, right? Or he's not in the transfer spot. You have to be up. I think the Visa might be the transfer car. I've got to check that. There's one of the Oricom Army cars. That's of one of the full-time cars of Marian Shalrot. Oricom brought 4 cars to check. They were originally thinking about bringing 5 to the American 700. And that is for 23rd. So I'm guessing right now it looks like the totally not Red Bulls from last year car of Henrietta Fitzwater is the transfer car. And with Shalrot back there, I'd be a little bit concerned, as well as the prototype Toyota 74. A lot of manufacturers brought prototypes this race. Oh man, that's Silver Fox and not in a transfer spot, and one of his teammates, that's Damax, isn't in a transfer spot as well. So there's going to be some position changes going on as Charlie Smith predictably takes the lead over over Washer Delise, Angel, Shelton, Fabrosis. As we go through the order, a lot of these cars are starting to work their way back up the pit at that time. Here's some of the cars that are slow as molasses. This is Antonio Valier in the Pod car. Pod Racing car, POD, I'm not sure what it stands for. As we said earlier, the 370 Malaysian Airlines racing car. I really have to wonder the legality of that thing, because A, it's offensive, and B, why is there a 370 car? Bye, Brandon Twist. I hope you don't make it, which you won't at this rate. Brian Boone, of course, is the teammate to Bishop Billy Buckeye Breton. He was in the 78. This is 71 of Billy Boone, or Brian Boone. I'm sorry, not Billy Boone, but Brian Boone. Tyler Markle in the 641. God forbid why they chose those color combinations. Oh my gosh, Ryan Bolden's already fallen behind these people. He started from the lead. Round of applause to that Nimrod. Well, the Nimrod organization. Who knows what... I think it's Ryan Bolden. If it isn't, I apologize. But Ryan Bolden is, slow. There's Sean Freesacker in the 87. People remember him for causing a huge-ass wreck at, New York one year. San Hyun Wan. There's Louvier and James Tyson's in the last. In the horizon. Seat free! Kids eat free! Kids eat free! Come on, kids eat free! Oh, one of the Discover Ohios is braking! Charlie Fabrosis, one of the co-points leaders, is breaking down. I don't think he will qualify then for the American 700 at this rate, because that car is busted. There is something wrong with that car. The Hondas are not known for their reliability problems, but right there, the Discover Ohio Fabrosis, I don't think will be starting the American 700. And that's going to give a huge advantage in the race to his teammate Kenny Might, who's one of the co-points leaders and is still running. However, that could be it. Oh boy, there goes James Tyson. No, that's Allie Nelson and James Tyson going around. Oh, Shelton got a piece. Shelton, I think, has got a tire going down. Yep, Shelton's got problems as well. Oh, man. And Shelton was one of the fastest cars on track in practice. What happened? So something happened with James Tyson. Oh, James Tyson just didn't have any spatial awareness, and the 45 of Ryusu was there, spinning out Allie Nelson, and right there, Shelton would get a little clip of that. I don't think Shelton will be out of it yet. I think Shelton still has a chance, but this definitely hurts her chances of making this race. I hope she does, though, for the sake that that car has been one of the fastest. Despite all the wrecks, there's only been one retirement in this race. Fabrosis stayed out. It was actually Jessica Shelton retired from the race, so her American 700 hopes have been dashed because of the suspension went on that car because of that wreck. So Jessica Shelton, like I said, the fastest car in first practice, won't be making the American 700, which is kind of a shame because a lot of people, after the first practice, were picking her to be one of the main shots at winning the American 700. She was doing quite well, too, in this qualifier. But Charlie Smith continues to lead this race. Anyway, we've got James Tyson and Charlie Fabrosis up there, with James Tyson's record of being the slowest car on track right now. Despite that car was pretty quick in practice. However, James Tyson in the clearly not a Lycos car. Very suspicious-looking car. There is some questionable things about that Horizon Racing team. We're not sure about legality, but he's desperately holding up Washer. Washer could be falling out of a transfer spot because he's stuck behind Tyson. That looks like whatever your name is. Alright, now Washer's got to get going. Washer both Ferraris might not make this race. Myatt's down in 36. I don't know how that happened. Oh man, could both Discover Ohios and both Ferraris not make this? Myatt pitted and it kind of backfired on him because he had a long pit stop. Myatt's up to 24th now. And it looks like Washer did get himself in. Myatt's getting by Berg and Young. Berg and Young, that sounds like a department store. So that means Myatt is on the inside is on the inside. And now Fabrosis is trying to lap Smith is trying to lap Fabrosis. Man, this race has been so whack job, it's not even funny. Look at Daniel Day! I don't think he's ever started an Elite Series race before. Yeah, he did back in, I think, somewhere he did. I'm not exactly sure. And then one of the CBMs, it looks like all 4 CBMs might actually make the race because Silver Fox is in and Demax is in. So CBM with a great run. Looks like Shawrot. We know Jackwater made it. We know Allen made it. So that's Shawrot and I don't know. Oh, Tauger. Tauger's in. So all 4 all 4 of Oricom's army might make this race as well. And probably the biggest surprise right now is the fact that, wow, kids won't be eating free, it looks like now, because Noah Hart's down in 21st. Matt Duncan's right now in. I think this last spot here, which is Maytag Washer, is not in. I'm not sure about Matt Duncan, however. We'll see where Matt Duncan is. Matt Duncan is in 20th. So right now, Matt Duncan is in. The first car out will be Berg and the Meow Mix car of Stella. And Delise in one of the Hyundais, who was another one of the fastest cars out there, is currently on the outside looking in. The Totally Not Red Bull car is out. The Kyle Nova car is out. Both Toyota, or the Toyota prototype and the Toyota Motors car of the 25 are out, and some of the crummy cars back here. As Charlie Smith is continuing to show that Lycos Jackal next year will be scary fast. We're hearing that the Skull Candy will not return on the Lycos cars next year, and so that will be a shame. And yeah, Nick Mace has been impressive in his return to the ARCSOA Elite Series. James Shelley and R.L. Ryusu look like they're going to be in. We're hearing this possibly can be the last race for the sponsors on that car. Daniel Day is in, of course. Looks like we've got quite a few cars that are in this race. All eyes are on maybe the Mitsubishi of Berg and the least getting going. Mitsubishi has 3 cars in here. They have the same paint scheme on 2 of them, and then the third one. Oh, what's wrong with the other Horizon Group car? Something is. Oh no, something happened to Duncan, it looks like. Matt Duncan. Oh no, pit stops are taking place. Oh! Charlie Smith! With 2 to go! Oh no, did it break? Did the Jackal break with 2 laps to go? We'll have to look. Hearing word that it did break. That something did break, so the Jackal won't be making the start either. The 83 Jackal won't either, which is a darn shame. However, this is not going to stop Nick Mace from coming around the final corner and winning the qualifying race here. James Tyson had a problem too. Anthony would get second, Shelley third. The big thing though is who would win 21st. Because of the Jackal breaking, I'm expecting that battle for 21st is a lot more interesting. Oh boy! Something broke after the checkered on the Ryusu. Oh no, Ryusu's coming out of the pits. And Ryusu won't be making the race either. I think Ryusu was running out of gas. Oh no, Ryusu might have a problem on that car. The shenanigans of what was happening, a bunch of cars made it that we really didn't think would. I think the final car, we have to see. Matt Duncan made it. That would put Nova out? Who made it in between? Who got 21st? No, Nova made it in the prototype. Fitzwater's the first car not to make it. In the, totally not a Red Bull car from last year. Young didn't make it. Young didn't make it. Allen didn't, or Nelson, Allie Nelson didn't make it. Wow, the Acura. Oh, but that had damage from something. Valier didn't make it, and a lot of these garbage cars back here didn't make it. The big ones were Ryusu didn't make it, Collins didn't make it. They needed gas. But Brosis didn't make it. Harple, well, made it. So we'll go to the order and see what happened. Good win to Nick Mace, though.